2% of the land mass is what India covers on the globe, and it hosts 18% of population of the world, and 30% of the livestock could be cows, buffaloes, sheep, chicken, whatever, fish and other stuff. It is 30% of the total world resources. Could anyone imagine by introducing 10 crore LPG cylinders to the household across India, the forest increase would have been 12 to 14% of the total land in India? Almost 17,000 square kilometers of forest has increased due to this one small intervention by the government. The usage of water in the potty to clean up the ass would save 70 lakh acres of forest every year, otherwise which is now cut only to clean up your ass and clean up the land mass. So the world is paying for your cleaning purposes. Welcome to Satyabhashyam. I am Rambabu Cheruvu, your host for the evening. I have been listening to a passionate speaker called Guru Murthy, who is now currently an advisor to the Prime Minister's office. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is what we all talk about, and we all make it a point that we bring the world closer and together. And the pursuit of becoming a Vishwa Guru is on the cards of the Indian Prime Minister's sleeve. Why are we calling it as the Vishwa Guru? The statistics, the data, which would scale back to 1670s, where India's contribution to the world was around 26% of the total GDP. So from there, we all know the onslaughts of the Islamic tyrants, the barbaric rule of the British, and the era of 1947, where we are in the minus 1% of the world's contribution, which means from the richest position to what we were at 1947 to one of the poorest countries in the world. And then the bifurcation happened. What are we talking about? I am talking about why India was great and how it can guide back the world into a peaceful coexistence and living. As you all may be aware, that India is just a land mass of 2% of the total world land, whereas America shares 6% of the total land, China around 5.5%, Russia around 10% of land. Land mass is fine. The population that we are talking about is 18% of the world's population we are accommodating in the land of 2%, that is India. And you'll also be surprised that we are carrying a 30% of the world's cattle resources. So how come a 2% can hold 18% of population of the world and 30% of the cattle population of the world, with some bioreserves which are uniquely to the world, which is around 8% of the total bioresources. Then, what is it all about? Why are we talking this? Yes, we are talking this about the small interventions which we made where we could increase our forest reserves by some 8% to 12% by just introducing a gas cylinder to every household, where the kitchen is now equipped with a gas cylinder, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. So that was the intervention which India made in the last 11 years, from 2014 onwards until 2025. We have increased our forest resources and the health of so many people, which could be which has been increased because of the utilization of the gas. Similarly, during my travel to the USA, I was wondering about the habits and the consumption mannerisms that they are into. Everybody, the 6 billion population across the globe has to have 3 meals and 1 time to a potty through the bathroom or the restroom or the lavatory that we may call. Across Asia, exceptions are there. Across Asia, people wash their ass after the potty is done, which means a liter of water or half a liter of water that they use to clean up their ass, which is everybody's work. But what I have observed is in USA, the European Union and China, they all wipe it. They don't clean it. They wipe it. Maybe during bath, they may also wash it up. This wiping is costing the world around 7 million hectares of forest every year that is being cut to prepare it as paper for writing, printing and other purposes. But 60% of the total paper is getting consumed in terms of the toiletries. So this intervention, which I would request the American leadership to look into, introduce a small pipe into the bathrooms and the toilets where they can lubricate the ass, clean it properly, and then with half a liter to a liter of water, you are done for the day. As against using around 142 toilet papers per wipe or per day. And with this small intervention, I am of the opinion that we could protect at least 3.5 million hectares. 1 hectare is around 2.5 acres, which means 7 lakh acres of forest can remain instead of getting wiped out, both in the toilet and on the land as well. So, if this is an intervention that we want to bring into the toilets of all across Europe, America, and China, otherwise the world will pay for your greenhouse effects, where China, European Union and USA contribute to around 60% of the total greenhouse effect depletion causes, in which America is around 25%, 22% is being contributed by European Union, and China is contributing to 13% of the greenhouse gases depletion, greenhouse effect that is getting depleted by the day. Whereas India, despite its 18% population, which is equivalent to the population of China, India contributes just 3% to the global greenhouse effect. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a small intervention which is doable, which is workable, because every toilet has a washroom in it and a bathing room also in it. If you're not able to take up a pipe, just use a bottle or just use a mug for cleaning up the ass and protecting the earth and protecting the forests by the day, by the years to come. I know it would be a bit dehuman to talk about this, but then somebody has to do the talking, and I have taken the responsibility of doing it so. So, Vishwa Guru doesn't just come like that. We have been practicing these, and we are trying to showcase to the world how this can help the world gain the forestry. If you are listening to this video for the first time, I request you to subscribe, like and share this video to all your friends in US, Europe and China. And of course to your Indian friends who can further do some work on the way we remain clean. Till the next episode, I remain Rambabu Cherubu, Hyderabad. This time today from Virginia of USA.